Welcome to Talk Flix with Kids and Chicks. I'm
We haven't
Krystal.
had our kids on in a while.
We sure haven't. We've been out here living this kid-free life. But I'm Krystal,
I'm Nicole.
and today we are going to review the trailer for Pet Sematary, the second trailer for Pet Sematary.
It's not some campfire story.
Saw these in the trees up there.
They're warnings. The local tribes carved them before they fled. They fear that place. There's something up there. Something that dates way back.
So immediately when I found out this trailer, actually they were doing a remake, I was super excited because Pet Sematary is one of my favorite horror films of all time. So I was very intrigued and just kind of wanting to see what they were doing visually with this film, because I feel like they'll probably keep most of the same elements of the story, but visually they'll try to just, take it to the next level.
I don't know, just judging by this trailer, they switched some stuff up because it looked like the brother lived and the daughter died.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I like when I first heard, I was thinking like, oh, they'll probably just, just kind of like how the Freddy remake was. Like it was pretty much the same stuff, but like obviously the effects were better, the kills were better, stuff was just a lot more creepier. But it had a lot more going on with it. Like I said, it looked like Gage may not be the one that gets hit by the truck or dies from the trailer. So they may be trying to trick
you. It could be a fake away. They both could die.
Yeah, like honestly, one of the things that I liked that they kept was that ankle cut on that old man. That was one of the most savage things. Like when I was a kid, I remember being like, "Woo!" That cut on that ankle. You just really kind of feel it, like
it's really
woo.
Cool. Nobody knows what it's like to be stabbed in the heart, but we all know what it's like when you step on something on your foot. So you can only imagine what it's like when it's a sharp object. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's something that you definitely have some inklings on how that could feel.
I also like it looked like they kept that whole suspense with like the truck kind of. They're still on this really like fast truck route, which obviously is a potential danger for children playing nearby. So that was one of the things that really they used that a lot for like foreshadowing in the original one. And so it looks like because it was in the trailer as well, that's also going to be still part of the story. So I was liking that they kept that. The guy, I think his name is maybe Jason Clark, the guy who's playing the dad. I like that choice in casting. He just kind of has like a kind of a creepy look, and I remember from the first one, like the dad, he didn't seem creepy at first, but then like as he started, as we started to follow his life, we were like, yeah, he's a little bit off, especially after the son died. He really just like turned
but that's
into
the thing about parental grief, though.
Yeah,
it rolls over you. You know what I mean? To where you're no longer making any logical or sensical decisions anymore. And if you had that at your disposal, you could not just walk away from that because you're so overcome with grief and you just want to see their face again. You want to hear their voice again. You want to feel their touch again.
And it's relatable story because who wouldn't be thinking about doing that? Especially if your child died and you feel like you were responsible for it or you could have stopped it from happening. I think every parent's gonna be like, this cemetery though that this dude done told me about. I like the little implementation of the masks. So it kind of it adds that creepy feel to it. Masks are just creepy, and so
they just had a very good design. And
and this is
and what it looked like something the kids would make or something the kids would want. It was perfect. It was definitely.
I think that's one of the things that's been missing from a lot of trailers that we've been talking about is there's no sense of tone. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know where it's going. But with this, like everything in, like you said, like the design, every shot, it really just reinforced the whole tone that they were going for. And so when, the mask first came out, I was like, oh my gosh, this is almost like the Purge. They had their little sticks and stuff like that, and so they were doing their little ritual thing. So, really,
what I thought was nice is that every single shot was like a build of suspension. Like it was like a roller coaster.
Right.
You went up,
pacing was
and you came
perfect.
down, which I don't know. Maybe that is just really hard to do in trailer work, which is why you see so few trailers do it successfully.
Pull it off, yeah.
But you just felt it, that same anxiety that you get when you're going up the hill on a roller coaster. You felt that throughout this trailer, and it definitely had the music behind it to help to build that tension and that suspense as well. It was really good. Like I was so excited. I was like, yes.
That's what we've been missing.
Each scene just kept getting more intense.
Yes.
We were like, oh my gosh, I can't take it. When's April?
Yeah, and I like the fact that it seems like they're gonna focus a little bit more on the wife's sister. So like from the first one, the one that's like the one that's crippled in bed, and the wife didn't want to take care of her. You remember her red haired sister? I forget what her name was. And she was like, "Oh, I wish she would die."
I don't.
You don't remember that her back was all? She had some disease, and so when
I don't even remember
stuff started getting crazy, she was dreaming about her sister a long time.
I've probably seen some of the sequels more recently than I have the actual original. So it's just really flashes of certain scenes, like the.
I know you remember. She's like, whatever her name. She just keeps saying her name, and then you remember. But anyway, we'll have to watch it.
I'll have to.
I had the DVD.
It's been
so
many.
What was her name?
Many years since I've seen the original Pet Sematary. I've seen the sequel more recently. With the kid
with
and
the
his
two
dad
kids.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes some of that stuff is a little fuzzy.
Yeah, because I feel like the second one maintained that same tone and look, so it is easy to kind of think like it was the first one, but actual second one. Even though the story is different because you're following the children or the two young kids instead of the dad. But I feel like they're going to explore that more because I feel like in the first one you got glimpses, and like I said, she kind of talked about how she hated taking care of her sister. She was had whatever was going on with her back, and she was all creepy and stuff. And so, but that was really all you got. You never really got a whole lot with the sister. But the fact that they put her in the trailer and her back's all out of whack and stuff like that, I feel like we may get more of that backstory.
What this really makes me want to do, and I love when movies do this for me.
Go back.
Makes me want to read the book.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what Ready Player One did for me. When I saw the trailers for it, I was like, "This is based off of a book." Several things have done that for me, and it has to be like something about the plot and the story and the way things are visually represented. They'd be like, "Man, this seems like super interesting. I really want to read the book," because I've heard people talk about the Stephen King books.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I had wanted to do for it, but it was just so not for me.
I thought it was interesting that Pascal is a black man. So I don't know if you remember the first one where it was that guy that was appearing to the dad trying to tell him not to bury that son and stuff. He's like, whatever. So it seems like it's actually a guy of color who is playing that particular character. So I thought that was interesting. And just to kind of see if they're going to maintain that same backstory of him getting, I think he got hit when he was on a bike or something, and he ended up dying. The guy was trying to save him, so he tried to save him from making that mistake of burying his son and stuff in the cemetery. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. So like I said, the casting choices I thought was great. The trailer in itself I thought was, I think I would probably give it an A. And it was better than the first one, so that was something that really kind of made me excited. It was like the first one was good, but then the second one was like it stepped it up a notch.
It really did its job of getting you more excited for seeing the movie.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm just interested who dies, whether it's the daughter or if it's the son.
Because
it seems like
it's definitely her. Because she, he's like, hug your daughter, and she looking like, I don't want to hug that dead girl.
But I mean, the context of the scene is important, so it's no telling.
I mean, it could
trailers like to trick you,
and that's
so
true.
So yeah, we're gonna see what this is about.
It does feel like she's dead, but like I said, they could kill them both.
Yeah,
and really just let him seep into some really deep madness.
Absolutely. And Church is in there too. He's back. I think the cat from the original one looked creepier. It was kind of like that gray.
That shot eyes. Where he was just looking at, he's like, yeah.
I
love that one. I was like, oh my god, because I think that was the beginning of like the build up. And I was like, oh man,
right.
They really went all out. And I know one of the other people online was saying that people might be concerned that they were showing too much of the story in the trailer. And I was like, well, I really don't. I think they showed it in such a way, just like we're debating on who's dead.
How can you say that when this is a remake?
It's a remake, true enough.
To me, it's like, the story is already out.
It's a remake of something that came out a long
True, but if it's showing too much, somebody that's interested may just go and watch the original, and then basically they have the story. Like, to me, you can really only say that it is off of a book. Like, this story is already out regardless.
But, I mean, it's just like
so
that. What was the one we were laughing about? The dog movie.
Oh yeah, that one was like
where they gave you the entire
story.
Movie from beginning.
What happened at the end? It was a happy ending and everything.
Which a lot of people said that movie actually was. Really
I know it was good because it was basically Homeward Bound 2018.
19
or 19. It came out this year. Okay.
But
so overall, I would give this trailer. I'm gonna give it a A. I really can't even think of anything it could have done to be better. Because, like I said, the pacing was good, the music was good, the acting was good, the cinematography looked great. Like, it was literally nothing I can say that would have made and then too with trailers, those lines that you pick out and put in there, like, you have to be very, very aware. It has to be very relevant, and you have to really take your time with picking what lines.
The thing is,
and they pick good lines to go in there. And a lot of these trailers, they'll pick lines, and you're just like, bro, that shouldn't have been even in there.
That's the thing, is that trailers are almost like mini movies in themselves, and you're threading it all together to make a complete thing. And some trailers issues is that it's just a hodgepodge of all these different things.
Exactly.
You can't even really get your bearings because they're throwing so many different things at you, and you're like, I feel like I watched this and I have no clue what I'm getting or what this, or they completely mislead you.
And like I said, these trailers have been good, so really just these two could be enough.
How do you think this movie is going to do financially?
I think it'll do well. I don't know what else is coming out. I mean, other than Endgame. But I think depending on what part of April, I think it'll do really well. Because people in general patronize horror films. Like, especially ones like that where, it already has that name recognition.
Quiet Place came out in April, correct?
Yeah, I think it did. I think it did too. Yeah, it was around the same time.
And it ended up doing
and it did well too. So, yeah, I think it's going to do well. And like I said, it's a good story, that most people already kind of know. It's based off of a good book. And like I said, it looks like the casting was really well done. So I see this shoe having a really good opening weekend.
I think people are going to go see it opening weekend, talk about it a lot on social media, talk about it a lot with their friends, and people are going to go out and see it if it's good. Which I'm really feeling like this movie is going to be great.
That is our review of Pet Sematary. Good movie. Go see it when it come out. All right. See y'all later.